Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, aka Chief Crazy Hair, coming to you live, and I'm not smoking a peace pipe. This last week, has and continues to raise my blood pressure and my voice for the injustices that affect our industry. First, let me say we've come a long way with CMS, and we have a place firmly at the table. However, I continue to ask them to create a program in which they actually see what we do on a daily basis. Last week, I was appalled, and yes, that's probably a good word to use, when one of CMS's representatives was telling the trade association representatives how to prospect for business. Since they're not seeing an uptick in the marketplace, they decided to give us some tips on how to prospect, to go to your local chamber, to ask for a list of businesses in your area, and then call on them and ask to help their employees. OMG. I kindly explained that the employers are our clients and that we're currently helping them through this transition created by COVID-19. They have no idea what we do. I've been in this business since I was 18 years old, and I was taught how to prospect when I first joined, when I first got involved by the best. This few years later, because of course I'm only in my 20s, it just blows my mind that someone is going to try to teach us how to prospect for business at this point in our careers. During this meeting, also, CMS stated that the insurance companies have assured them that they are paying commissions and paying commissions during the SEP. Is that true? I would love to hear from you and find out if your state is actually being paid commissions, being paid for an SEP, because I have a feeling that that story is not true. They asked for feedback. One of the trade associations said that they really couldn't get that feedback because of how they interpret the law. We continue to continue to collect data, to fight for laws and changes within CMS and through federal legislation. Let's go a little bit further to midweek, and I get a notification that Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana is not selling two-man husband and wife groups effective 5/1. They have not submitted any notifications, and many groups have been submitted, and no one has any idea what's going on. I heard so many stories and reasons why they were making this decision. I went a little crazy. But bottom line, they're pointing to ERISA's definition of group. And here's a couple of HAFA's points. ERISA and the ACA have contradictory definitions. You can either point to ERISA or you can point to ACA, but a lot of times you can't point to both because they're not the same. Texas, Georgia, and Utah are currently selling husband and wife plans, and I'm looking to see what other states I'm missing. So if you can let me know, I'd appreciate it. Making a decision and making a change without proper notification is just wrong. Assuming we can move all of these two-man groups to individual is the wrong assumption. Individual rates are just not affordable. We're going to have some two-man groups that are simply going to go without coverage. They can't afford the high rates of individual. Blue Cross bought Vantage, so they are the only game in town. Making a change in the middle of a pandemic is just horrible. We have asked Commissioner Jim Donelon, the Louisiana's Commissioner of Insurance, for his assistance. However, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana is currently suing the Department of Insurance over the Commissioner's emergency rules regarding changes being made during the pandemic. We are currently looking for alternative plans, ideas to move this block of business. Wouldn't it be nice to have an association plan where we hired a TPA, we could put all these plans in it, each agent would be paid a commission? That would be my pipe dream. I know the courts have put a hold on association plans, and some people have said they love association plans, and some people have said they do not love association plans. But in this instance, we could save a whole block of business. Just think about it. I have not smoked the peace pipe, and I'm not giving up, and neither should you. My office is open, and if you need to talk, just reach out. Remember, it not only affects 5-1 cases, but will affect the entire block of business. However, until we receive the team approach, we're not exactly sure how that's going to be handled. I decided to take on this position. I decided to create HAFA because you needed a voice. You needed someone who could stand in front of you and say, this is just not right. Times when you couldn't stand up and you couldn't say what you really wanted to say. As always, from the beginning of this whole journey, I've received, a lot of positive. We have wonderful agents, and then some, negative that I put things in our subject lines that are bait catchers, that I'm just trying to stir things up. No, I'm not trying to stir things up. I bring you the facts. I bring you the truth. I bring it to you as soon as I know it. Because I fight for you, and I'm not scared to fight for you. And I have thick skin, maybe, or maybe just I'm a bubble off. Maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. But I'm crazy enough to know that we have to save our industry, that our clients deserve to have a professional should they choose. It's not the right of state government, federal government, or insurance companies to remove us from our jobs. Our jobs are our jobs. So our thoughts are out there trying to think of different ways to bring benefits to our two-man husband and wife. So if you have ideas, our office is open. I also plan on talking to our federal and state legislators that represent Louisiana, that have constituents that will be affected by this change. They need to know, and if there's a way that they can help us, we need their help. If you're a Louisiana agent and you serve on the board, or you have attended one of the HAFA summits, you have achieved the 4 CE credits that were written into law several years ago. Please check your Louisiana Department of Insurance portal and make sure that you were given the appropriate credit. This again is something I say all the time that I'd love to pass in every state. I know New York passed it all the way to the governor's signature, and he would not sign. He did not think association and what you learned and what you did brought any value. I sincerely have a problem with that. But I'd like to try with the other states, and let's see if we have some governors that would actually sign, and some legislators that would actually back how hard you work and what you learn from an association. Mark your calendars for the ICRA webinar on Thursday, May 14th at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Still trying to get CE. We need at least 5 from your state to be able to apply because of the cost involved to get CE credits. So if you can get 5 members from your state, we will apply. Otherwise, you can join for the education piece only. Also, I hope that you joined us for our webinar last week on the stimulus package with SyncStream. It was amazing. It was so much great information. That webinar is being included in this Monday News, so scroll down and you can see the webinar and the slides, the deck. Great information that you need to be sharing with your clients so you can help the marketplace understand how you're transitioning those employees from maybe COBRA, so they're not seeing them in the marketplace, or some other plan besides going directly to the marketplace if they're above 400% of poverty. So I don't know about you, if you're handling this lockdown very well. I'll say personally that I'm not. It brings being single to a whole different level. I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be told I have to stay at home, even if I do most of the time. But I need to get out there and get back to where I need to be, out in Washington and at the Capitol, fighting for our industry. So your clients need you more than ever now. So even though we're in lockdown, and even though we might be going a little bit crazy, we still have a phone, we still have a computer. Our folks still need our help. So please, please reach out and help as many people as you can. I had a call that I thought was pretty cool and a good idea for you to use. My auto and home insurance agent called and just said, hey, how are you doing? Now that could be done through a postcard. It could be done through a phone call, but a great idea just to give your folks a call and say, hey, do you need anything? Are you okay? We have plenty of time on our hands, so let's pick up the phone and just make some phone calls. Maybe they need to purchase some different insurance. Maybe they need to change insurance. Maybe they could buy some accident coverage. Maybe they're looking for life insurance now. It's a great opportunity to prospect. And I don't need to tell you how to prospect, but just giving you the idea of making some phone calls. So if you're not a member and you receive this update, I'm inviting you to join us. $18 a month. You go to the HAFA website, www.hafamerica.org. Click on membership and join for $18 a month. I promise you we are worth $18. I promise you. Money back guarantee. I promise you. If you're a member, I thank you for your support. You are the cream of the crop, and I am so proud to represent you. Until Monday, Chief Crazy Hair, it's getting longer. Going to be down to my butt before we get out of here. Signing off. Talk to you next Monday. My office is open. Have a wonderful week, and I'll keep you posted about Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana. Have a great day.